following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin. Hey everyone, I'm Christine.
I'm Jaida.
And this is 50 Shades of Bullshit.
Hi, happy anniversary, sunshine.
Happy anniversary, baby. Yeah, I'm excited.
I know.
I'm super stoked. 3 fucking years. Every single Thursday live.
Every single Thursday. And I've only been on for a year and a half. So you did like
a year and a half before you.
Before me. So I've got so many questions.
I'm so excited. Here we are. This is exciting. We have 3 years under our belt. We are here every Thursday. And, you know, the show has far exceeded any expectations that I thought that we could accomplish on this platform.
Yeah.
Here we are doing the deed every Thursday.
Doing the deed every Thursday with such amazing listeners. Do you remember the very first time I was on? I was so nervous. Do you remember after I was like, oh my God, I was terrified.
Well, you should have seen me the first several episodes that we ever did. I was terrified every time because I had no idea what to do. I was just like, Here I am talking about shit that I don't know if anybody wants to hear.
Okay, so let's talk week stuff. So how has your week been?
Oh my God. So, you know, I'm leaving next November to be a nomad in Europe.
Yes.
South America, wherever I wind up. Everywhere. The world is my oyster.
Well, I have to talk to you about that because I just may be in London. So
what? Happy anniversary, Country Corner says, and we can't do it without you guys. So without Country Corners, Gazette, and all of those come every week, thank you. So okay, so you know I'm building a new business so I can be a nomad. I can work from anywhere in the world. And I started my cleaning business. That is hard. That is really, really, really hard, by the way.
Yeah. Is it? I saw the website. I saw your link. Everything looks fantastic. It looks really, really good.
Thank you. 3 weeks right now. I'm cruising along. I'm hiring my first cleaners. I got my first call for a job. So I'm very excited. It's happening. It's happening. But I will tell you, starting a legit business is extremely expensive and extremely hard. But I'm doing it every day. I'm doing it. And I'm doing my best. All I just keep focusing on is I'm going to be a nomad in a year. And I'm going to be so excited for this, journey. And by the way, everyone, we're still going to do the show. I'm just going to have to wake up at midnight.
Yikes.
Who cares? Who cares?
Well, okay, so let's talk about this nomad journey for a little bit. So do you have I know you said South America, so that's the destination. But when you say next year, are you thinking like December? Are you thinking like June? Like
my last event that I have booked for this next year for a wedding is October 18th.
Okay.
I have 3 big events in October: the 4th, the 12th, and the 18th.
Okay.
For those of you who have listened from the beginning, my co-host Gabby is getting married, and I'm
Nice.
doing her wedding on October 12th. And I'll shoot a little video so y'all can see. But when I'm done with events next November, I'm leaving and I'm going to Spain. And I'm starting my nomad journey in Spain. And from there, I will get my 3-year nomad visa.
Yeah.
And I can travel wherever I want. So I'll see how long I want to start off in Spain. Probably the first, 3 to 6 months. Maybe
I
we'll
love
see
it.
how it goes. But I'm going to go in different areas of Spain. And then I'm going to go. I have this kind of map that I'm kind of mapping out of going over to like
You should do Portugal. You should do Lisbon. Like, there's such great places.
I'm going to go all the way over to France in London. Then I'm going to go up to like the Netherlands and
New Zealand is great too.
Switzerland and all those places over there in main part of Europe. And then I'm going to head over to Italy and Greece. And then eventually, I don't know if it'll happen in the first year, but at some point, I'm also going to go to Costa Rica and Colombia, and because I have friends in Colombia I want to see. And then I'm just going
You're
to
just
travel all over.
literally living the expat life. Like, you are about to say hasta la vista and just be everywhere. That's kind of exciting.
See this big smile?
I'm so jealous. Like,
I'm
I've told
beaming.
you, I want to move to London so bad. So I'm thinking
Let's do it.
I'm thinking of doing a similar journey. One of my best friends is there. And I'm actually going there in September for my birthday. And then I'm going to go to Paris from there. I have a cousin that just moved to Germany. So I'm like, maybe I'll spend a year just
doing what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
I want
God.
to be able to like leave the US and so much going on. I'm not liking this energy here. I'm more, excited about seeing all these other new places and just seeing
That's
where I'm going
awesome.
to wind up. But yeah, the business has started and it's going to grow and it's going to be exciting. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm excited for you. So the week has
That
been
is
good.
my week. My week has been off the charts, like either one direction, stressed out and panicky because I can't figure out something. And just it's all exhausting. But yeah,
No.
here I am. What about your week?
Well, prior to the show, I had to shoot off some curse words because my week has been a week.
What's going on?
You know what? I will say this. Well, let me backtrack. I am so thankful that I've got such incredible clients, right? Like, my clients, I listen to my colleagues and they're like, oh, they just like bitch and complain about the people they work with. And I'm like, oh my God, my clients are so great.
Okay.
But it's just all that comes along with it. So it could be people that I interview, it could be the lack of follow-up, it could be standing someone up, it could be date cancellations last minute. Like, it's just
a lot.
This week has just been a lot. And last week, we definitely don't have to get into politics and talk about the election, but last week, a lot of people moved appointments, canceled appointments. Like, after Wednesday, everybody shifted everything to this week. So this week has been like a lot busier. So
yeah, it can
I
be
said my curse
overwhelming.
words. Thank you, Rebel, for letting me do that. But yes, I'm good.
Mickey said, "Happy anniversary. Have you done anything like a podcast before starting this show?" No, I did not. I just knew that with production work that I was doing, that there was a show, like a documentary or a docu-series that I was wanting to do called 50 Shades of Bullshit about modern dating. Okay. And what bullshit it was. And I started a book, and it was funny, but it was boring, and it wasn't quite the tone I wanted. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to do no, God bless it. If I'm going to do a documentary or a docu-series on the subject, maybe I should build um, a base of people for listeners and professionals who would like to be on, the doc. And so I thought, well, why don't I just start a podcast and just do it as a podcast first and then go from there? And I like it right where it is, being a podcast. And it doesn't need to be a book. It doesn't need to be a series. There's already other series like, the Tender Swindler and other things like that. We all know it's shit. So each week we just come on and talk about whatever we want to talk about with you guys and whatever you want to hear. And, when I started it, I thought, I just want to be able to help people and maybe give them some guidance on how to find themselves or how to find love or how to avoid all the craziness out there. I mean, you can't avoid it. You just have to learn how to navigate it well. And that's what the goal of the show was. So if we've helped anybody for anything, that's all that matters.
Wait, there was another question that said, had you done radio or I don't know.
Yeah, Misty said, what brought you to a radio show to begin with? Happy anniversary. Thank you, Misty. So when I first started thinking about doing a podcast, I was in New York filming the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 with the firefighter that we were filming for my docu-series, Hollywood Dreams: The Unexpected Journey. And while I was there, I was researching a whole bunch of different ways of starting a podcast. What did you need? What do you have to do? And it was very daunting, kind of overwhelming. And in my search, I found this guy who has like this radio show through this thing called K4HD radio and Talk for TV. And his name was Dean, the pipe man. And he called me and talked to me about his program, and I loved it. I loved the support they give me. Thank you, Rebel. And
thank you, Rebel.
We got Rebel from there, and we have a database of listeners and subscribers that is unreal. And we've just done nothing but grow. And I can't thank K4HD Radio, the Pipe Man, Dean, Rebel, all of you. Our original engineer, Jason. Was it Jason, Rebel? I think it was Jason. Jesus, I don't remember.
Yes.
Jason.
That was before my time.
Did you have DJ?
For only on paper for a minute, and then they changed it to you. So
I'm so glad.
Me too.
Glad I got you.
Me too. I love you. So thanks for the questions, guys. It was this has been an amazing journey, and we're going to keep going. 3 years ago, when I was getting ready to start, I've been listening to a handful of podcasts that I absolutely love. One of them in particular is called Morbid. I love Morbid. And they have, let's see, at this point, Morbid has, let's see, what episode is this? They are episode 618. So they were 300 and something when we started. Okay. And I kept thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to get there. I don't know how we're going to do this. What's this ever going to look like? And you know what? We just did one show after another, one episode after another. And then the next thing you know, here it is 3 years and we're at a episode 150. What are we at? 6 today? We're 156. Yeah.
I was thinking about just I mean, first of all, congratulations and kudos to you. You know, you're one of my favorite humans.
So are
And
you.
I think we've like grown, our friendship has grown so much since doing this podcast.
I love you so much. Let's have a
Oh,
love fest right now.
let's have a love fest. I mean, you're so, listen, I could call you at any, I just know that you're just my favorite. And
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
anybody could call
So
me at
proud
any
of
time.
you.
Thank
So
you.
proud of you.
Look at you. You are a
Oh
year
my
and a half
God.
in, Jada.
I know. Can you believe that? I
Whoop
was so
de whoop.
scared. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I say all that to say, you've interviewed so many people before me and you've had so many guests. Is there any particular guest or show that stands out to you the most? Or do you have a favorite? Because I know there's some people that we've had on a few times, but do you have a favorite
Mhm.
episode or a favorite
Mhm.
guest that just
There
left you like, wow?
There are so many, you know. I think the first one that we had with okay, so now I'm gonna have a brain freeze. I'm gonna have problems with names. Shoot. Raise Your Love Signal. Who was that?
I don't know. I
Ah!
don't think I was on that.
Oh
Let's
my
see.
god. Yeah, she came back on with us. Here, I'm gonna go to our list.
Did you
Okay.
do the show when I was here?
Yeah.
All right. And what's it
So
called?
Raise Your Love Signal. So my very first episode, Granny's bagging the young ones. That
Okay.
was by far one of my favorite. Sandy is quite the amazing, beautiful character. And she's gonna kill me, but she's in her 80s and she is dating and bagging the 50s
Bagging the
somethings.
young ones.
Uh-huh. And she was incredible. Let's see if I can find this. So we had this lady that I found on Instagram one time where she came on and talked about, sex toys and being a sex goddess. And she was wild. Do you remember her, Jada? She had all those wild videos with her big old booty just shaking in the camera.
Yes, she was the wife. She was like and her whole, oh my gosh, her whole Instagram was like dropping it like it's hot and like doing it for her man. And I was like, oh my God.
Kind of a heavier woman. She's
Yeah.
adorable. She had so much. She was a bundle of energy, and she's all about positive sexual positivity. And she used to be, she is a Christian, but her marriage was falling apart. And she thought, how can I do this? How can I win my husband back and get him back? And she just was like sexually open then. And she was amazing. Gosh,
You've had a ton of people. I can't even imagine how many you've had.
It is so hard to remember. I mean, I remember everybody, but I can't remember names when I'm in a position to like have to recall a name. It is so hard. Corey is one of our favorites.
Oh, my boo. I love her. Yeah. You know what? One episode that stands out to me the most, and I think it was one of the first few that I did, like as being on here more regular, was it your grandson, your granddaughter?
Oh, my granddaughter, Presley.
With the boyfriend, the long distance. I literally thought they were so freaking adorable. That was probably one of my favorite ones.
Do you want to hear what she said to me last week?
Oh gosh.
She said, Gigi, I think Henry's cheating on me.
I mean,
okay, Miss 10-year-old. See,
okay, 10.
They have been in love since they were 4.
Since they were 4, and I remember, and she was like, "Yeah, I like when he like buys me gifts. I was like, oh, girl, you are starting young. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They send each other stuff all the time. They spend their birthdays together. Well, this year they did not spend their birthday together. And she said, Gigi, I think he's cheating on me.
Oh,
And
that was a good one. That was like one of my favorites. And it was so easy because I was so nervous because I was still so new, but they were so cute.
all we did was laugh. That's all we did. We just laughed and laughed and laughed. Oh my God. Well, Charles.
Very nice, Charles.
We're happy you found the show too, Charles. We love having you every week. When you guys show up every week and talk to us and ask questions and give such positive, amazing feedback, it like literally reaches into my chest, grabs my heart, rips it out, and goes boom, boom, boom for all of you. Because I can't even. You guys are the fucking best.
Oh.
I love this. Oh gosh, I don't know why I can't remember Raise Your Love Signal. Maybe I'll just
I don't know what that one was.
I'll pull it up just because she's been on twice. She just put her book back out. She was here recently. I just have to find the little button for search really fast. Find Raise. That'll find it. Raise Your Love Signal. Chantel.
I don't remember.
Chantel. Chantel Landreville.
Was I here? Like, was I one of the?
That was episode 17. Was the first time she came on.
Oh yeah. No. So I was not.
No, she's here since you've been here because she was just here like a month or two ago.
Oh my gosh, sorry, Chantel.
I'm looking for it now. Right. Raise Your Love Signal. Why don't I just put in Chantel and that will make a difference. Chantel. Okay, if I can spell it right. Okay. Search. Okay, I don't remember. I'll look it up. But Chantel is amazing. She's the one that got me started on my healing journey.
Healing in terms of body health and wellness or mental healing?
Mental, caring about myself, my journey to finding love for me, the, process of finding who I am,
Yeah.
Am I spelling Chantel wrong?
I don't know. Let me look in my phone and see because I know I have all of the.
Oh, there she is.
She was before my time, so I wouldn't have any of the correspondence.
She's a love and relationship coach. Let's see, CHANTAL.
Yes,
we have a surprise for you.
We have a surprise.
Caller, go ahead.
What?
Caller, go ahead.
What's happening?
Are you waiting for me?
Yes, go ahead.
We're waiting for somebody.
Hi, my name is Charles. I just wanted to call in. I listened to your show and I love it. I wanted to say happy anniversary.
We can take calls? What? Charles!
Charles!
You made my day. I'm going to cry.
She's literally going to cry, Charles.
I just got hot.
I didn't mean to make that happen, but I'm glad to make your day.
Charles, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Louisiana.
My heart and soul is Louisiana. Oh my God. Charles, where do you listen to us on? K4HD radio?
K4HD, yes.
Yeah. Love you.
Charles.
Oh my God. I didn't know we could take calls.
I didn't either.
What is this magic?
Everybody call us. I would love to hear everybody's voices.
How
I don't have
cool.
a whole lot of time, so I'm gonna have to let you go. But again, happy anniversary! I love your show.
Thank you, Charles. We love you.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Oh my God, I've never been so happy in my entire life.
Christine, are you gonna cry right now?
I am beet red. Look at my face. I'm red.
You're not beet red, but I can tell that you're about to cry.
I was about to lose it.
How did you not know you could take calls?
I have no idea.
Yes.
They had to have the link to come in through the email on the website. I did not know that calls could be had.
There is, okay, for all of you listening, there is in fact a call line. The call line, I should know this number offhand, and I'm so sorry. Hold on, I'm going to give it to you. You can call, you can take callers on the show. We do have open call lines.
As long as we're live.
Yes, as long as we are live. Let me be specific. And the call-in number is 818-570-5443. That's 818-570-5443.
I wrote it down.
Yay! Thank you,
I'm
Charles.
call
We love
into
you.
my own show. Hey,
it's Christine here talking to Christine. Wait, but Christine, so I have one more question. What would you say has been like the most surprising lesson, or like what do you think you've learned? I mean, I'm new in the game. You've been doing this 3 years. I've been doing it not nearly as long.
You mean about the show or about doing a podcast?
Both, actually, because doing a podcast is difficult within itself.
That's why I have A4HD
growing
radio.
the audience and like, yeah. So yeah, tell me, what do you think you've?
I don't know. I know that I've learned that my heart can grow 3 times bigger than it was ever before, because there are so many people that come on the show purely to help other people. And that's the only reason why I really, really wanted the show in the first place, was to see if we could touch anybody's life at all. And so that has surprised me. I think that the only reason why I find doing podcasting easy is because of the network. Everybody makes it easy for me. I find the guest, I put the information together, I send it to them, and they take care of everything. And, you know, without them, I wouldn't be able to do this, because I have zero patience for doing one more fucking thing that requires more than a second to think about, because that's just, you know, it's too much. But because we don't have to edit, some days we probably should. But most of the time, you know, who cares? We wing it. What comes out, comes out. It's organic. It's real. You know, if someone doesn't like the show, they don't have to watch the show or listen.
They don't have to listen. They don't have to subscribe. They don't have to do any of the things.
That's the beauty of not giving a shit, you know? If you don't like something, that's the power you have to move on. I think those are lessons everybody should learn in 2025. Don't voice your bullshit craziness. Just know that you have your own opinion, and it's awesome that you have your own opinion. Keep it to your fucking self, you know? Except for when it's a positive and loving and, you know, light.
Yeah. No, for sure. I will say that I think in my time being on here, you have changed so much. Like I've seen 100%, because when I first came on a year and a half ago, I think you were just in a little bit of a darker space and you were still trying to figure things out, and a lot was happening with like kids and life. And I look at you now and yes, of course, you're always going to have like 5,000 jobs and the hustle is going to be consistent for you.
Except for after this year.
But I mean, even now, like the relationship with your daughters is different. Like your health and wellness is different. Your peace of mind is different. You're like in such a different space, which I think is so beautiful about a podcast, because people come with us and they follow us on the journey. So if they see what I see,
oh, that's amazing, Jaida. I love you so much. I just, I surround myself with people who are, you know, just wonderful beams of light. And you're by far number one on the list. And if someone says, oh, you know, it's hard to find close friends at this age. And I think, if you're not looking in the right place and you're not the right space in your life, you're not going to find that. But
yeah,
you coming into my life was one of the best things that ever happened.
Oh, thank you.
And I love that you are my co-host. I love it. You've come tremendously far. I remember the first several months you were just sitting there. Going,
I was like,
I'm not going to say a word. I was like, Jaida, it's not TV. It's
you would be like, Jaida, what do you think? And I'd be like, yeah, I think it's great. Which is crazy because I've had to do TV before and I've done interviews before in my own business, but I don't know why I got so nervous, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you're amazing and I love you.
Thank you.
What was the other thing I was going to say? I don't remember. Oh, can you talk about something for 2 seconds while I get my Oracle cards?
I will.
Okay, I'm going to disappear for just a second.
Okay.
Talk about how amazing you are.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that because who wants to just talk about their self for 2 seconds? But I will say that we are so thankful for all of you guys. I think our followers and listeners has grown so much, but we're so thankful for all of you guys, and we love your questions and we love your interaction, and we would love to see more of it. So please, please, please message us, email us. Now you can call in. We'd love to hear from you because this is what makes it so exciting.
This is the best part of the show. I'm back. Okay, so do you remember a few weeks ago when I was talking about Jacob that I found on TikTok, and he was needing a different vehicle, and that night I went back onto TikTok and he invited me up on his live.
Stop it.
And it's the first time I've gone live on TikTok. I have not cared to do it because, whatever. But I do have an idea. I think that every Thursday and maybe a day or two leading up or a day after, I think we should do at least 2 or 3 days a week, Jaida, that we do a quick, I don't know, half hour, an hour, where we can set aside where you and I can go live on TikTok together.
Oh, I would love that.
And talk about, the episode and talk about dating tips and how, things like that. And I think that would be a lot of fun and allow people to come on and ask questions and, grow the listeners. But I thought about that.
I have to build my social media presence. Not that, I do have a social media presence, but I just don't I don't post. I don't do the things that I should, which in this day and age, that's what business and followers. I don't know. I'm more intimate and
I get it. Well, I have to say that the TikTok lives feel very intimate. It was really weird. So while I was there was a lady listening in on TikTok, and she made a couple comments saying that, I was this amazing person, and I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't know. I'm just here trying to make a friend. I made friends with Jacob, and she came on live with us.
Oh, wait. So hold on. So people can join you on the live?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. That would make me very nervous.
It was so fun. It was like Clubhouse, but with us on video, So the three of us are chatting, and she's like, "Oh my God, Christine." And she's a spiritual coach.
Okay.
And I said, "You should come on my show." And she's like, "Oh my God, no, yeah." And I was like, "Come on my show." So I sent her a private message and I connected with her. And we've been talking for the last couple of weeks about her coming on the show. She's going to be on here Thanksgiving. We're going to do a Thanksgiving episode where we're grateful and giving gratitude and in talking about, spiritual life coaching and, all kinds of stuff. And she comes from a background of domestic abuse surviving and, all kinds of stuff. And she's really struggled. And she sent me this big old long message today. And I was reading it, talking about how she should be transparent because she's not some big guru. And I said, your real life. That's what we want on here. So we were chatting and she said, I have actually been a fan and listening to your podcast for quite some time. And then when I saw that you were live on TikTok with Jacob, She goes, I almost had a heart attack. And I was
Oh.
like, what?
Mm.
And I think that still surprises me that people listen.
People do listen. Also, Christine, here's an idea for you. Y'all should do a little blurb each week. Ask people from TikTok as you tell them where they can listen live to hopefully hear their question. Ask them to leave you questions on TikTok for random stuff, and they can tune in to hear the answers.
Great idea. That's a great idea. Oh,
That's a great idea.
A great idea. And before I forget, you know the Talkify lady? Do you know the Talkify
Which
woman?
one?
I don't know. She's supposed to be on the show next week, and all I have on my calendar is Talkify, but I can't find her information, and she didn't send me her stuff on the email yet. So I wondered if maybe you might know from Talkify.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I think I found her. I don't know, Facebook or Instagram. I cannot find her, and I'm struggling. So I gotta find that. So if you know anybody at Talkify, that would be. It's not Messenger. It's got to be on Instagram. So anyway, next week we're having the woman from Talkify on here.
Okay.
If y'all don't know what Talkify is, it's a dating app, and I think she runs it.
No,
it has to be.
No,
I think
Talkify is so huge. There's like millions of people.
Yeah.
And they've been bought out by, well, that's neither here nor there. That's insider gossip. Strike that comment, people. Because I could tell you so many things, but I will not.
I love it. Talkify. Let's go here. I don't know. I have to find her. Hopefully she sends me her shit because I can't find her. Last week we said that we were going to come on and answer questions about, I think it was numbers, manifesting with numbers, manifesting, things like that. We've got about, what is it? We're 37 minutes in. We got another 15. I know that you guys had a whole bunch of questions last week about numbers and how to identify things. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about that for those who did have questions. So Google is my best friend. Okay, so Google here. Whenever I'm contemplating something or really thinking about something and I look up or I look around and I notice, say, 222 or 2222, or I see 1111 all the time, 111. I know that we had mentioned this, that if you see a series of numbers that happen to be crossing your path a lot, like say you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 a lot, well, that's about growing and leveling up and progressing and moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 is like do the step up, right? So when you notice those kind of things, that's when Google comes in. Okay. So Anastasia just asked about what does 1111 mean?
Wait, can I say something about 1111? This past Monday, which was 11/11, was such a powerful portal. Did you do the? I told you it's my son's birthday, who's 111101. So I had him
my
do
good
this.
Lord!
I know. I had him do this whole ritual with me. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" We wrote down we put 11. So what we did, we put 11 things that we want to manifest. Then we put cinnamon and rice.
Money. Rice is for money
in it. Folded it up. Then we put it in a little packet. Then we stored it away. And then next year, 11/11, we open it and see what it is. But he was like, "This is really weird." But he was like, "This is kind of cool." So yes, talk about the power of 11/11.
So angel numbers are really important. Angel numbers, mean that your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors who are passed away are giving you a message that what you're thinking about in that moment, what you're doing in that moment, is going to kind of like give you a message about that. Okay. So when I say you see 1111, stop and think, okay, what was I doing? What was I thinking?
Mm-hmm.
What was I contemplating? What was I? Because that's what the message is about. Okay. 1111 is an angel number that gives divine guidance. It means that you're on the right path and you have the support of your angels. It means trust your intuition, have the faith that your journey and your divine path is your life. Staying positive, maintaining a strong connection to your higher power, and focus on positive things. It also stands for a soul plan. I love getting 111 or 1111 because the soul plan is that you are on the right path that has been laid out for you by your by the universe. Okay. It's also channeling creative energies. It is new beginnings. I love that one because sometimes, like with the shit that I'm doing for the cleaning company I'm starting, I kept seeing 11111 everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's a new beginning. It's a new challenge. It's something that they're saying I'm on that right path. I've made that right choice. It's also trust what's happening because sometimes we doubt and we go, "Ooh, did I make the right decision?" And I did this last week. I was like, "Oh, am I doing the right thing? This is really expensive. I don't have this kind of money, but I'm going to manifest it and I'm going to believe that it's here and then I'm going to believe that it's coming." And am I on the right path? And I just really struggled that day. And I was like, fuck. And then I kept seeing ones everywhere. 1111, 1111, 1111. And I was like, okay, I got it. I'm on the right path. I'm doing it. This is it. This is great.
I always could be like in the middle of something and happen to look up and it's 11:11 on the clock. That happens often. So I always say, okay, it's 11:11, make a wish. Like you have to manifest, like it's 11:11, you got to do it.
Yep. It's given you that opportunity to know that you're being heard, you're being seen, and you're getting messages. These are simple little things. Also, another thing that's been very important to me, especially since my mom, before she passed, a few years before she passed, she said to me, we were on the phone. She said, "Hey, isn't that exciting how you can see feathers where you're not supposed to technically see feathers?" You're welcome, Anastasia, and thank you for the happy anniversary. She says, "Isn't it exciting that you can see feathers where you're not expecting to see a feather and it'll come in certain colors? And if you look it up, it'll tell you what your message is from spirit?" And I was like, oh my God, this is my mother who was like a born again Christian. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm talking to her on the phone and she's telling me this. And I walk into my bedroom and I sit down on my bed and I look down between my feet and there was a white feather between my feet. I was like, oh my God. So then that's where my Google love comes in. And I tagged in white feather message. Okay. Because I don't know everything. It stands for truth, justice, love, and divine protection. And that's what a white feather. A loved one who has passed away, it is widely believed that finding a white feather is an indication of a loved one in the afterlife, wanting to provide us with the knowledge that they're there, they're supporting us, they're protecting us. And yeah, it's a pure thing. So then for a while, I was seeing feathers like in weird places. And then right after my mom died, I found this really big feather in a place that shouldn't have had a feather. And it was her sorry, I'm struggling with that one. It's affecting my throat chakra. But you know, it's between the numbers and feathers, those are really beautiful things that allow you to do like reassurances, guidance,
Mhm.
messages, just like oracle cards or tarot cards.
Yeah.
They're messages from your guides, from angels. They are messages from loved ones, from spirit. So I'll do. How about
we only have a few minutes, but I think you should do like maybe a group reading or something. Like, I don't know.
what I'm being called to read you, Jaida.
Oh God, I don't know what it's.
You
That's
need
probably because I
a
cursed everybody out before the
no.
show started.
You need to. This is what Jaida has to keep in mind as she progresses in her business and in her life, that certain things are. You need a message to help pick you up and move you forward. Okay, get you
Yeah.
past that
anger that I just
yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see what spirit says. Let's see what your guides say. Let's say what Jaida needs to know. Sometimes the message doesn't pop out fast, and I'm like, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, girl, get your life together.
Sometimes they're like leaping out. For a past month, I've been getting the same card over and over and over every morning, like
For
to let your
you?
emotions out. Let your emotions out. Let your emotions out. I was like, is there any other fucking card really in this whole deck? Oh, 3 at once. 3 at once came out for you, Jaida. And I kept getting the same one. And then last week when I was struggling and I was holding it all in, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, the card said it's okay, it's safe to let my emotions out. Because I always think that if I let my emotions out, it's the negativity. And I realized it's not. And I let it out and I let it go.
I love that. Yeah.
Let's see what it says for you. There's 3 here.
Oh my gosh.
The first one says things can turn out even better than you expect.
That speaks to me because
Okay, that's one. The second one, it's time to shine, Jaida.
Oh my God.
It's time to shine. And that means, okay, you are a God, you are a bright light. What does a bright light mean? What does this lighthouse mean? It means that it's the guiding light towards people who need it to get safely to where they need to go. You are that light. In your business, that is who you are. If you don't think of yourself as the lighthouse guiding people through the rocks and the shit coming into shore to meet their person,
Yeah.
And I think that we get really negative sometimes. We have to really stop and think about the positive expectations. You know what I mean?
Is that what that is? Positive expectations?
Yeah. That
I get
we
super
should expect.
negative.
Yes, that we have to take away. And last but not least, growth spurt. You're going to have a growth spurt. You're going to come out of your cocoon and reemerge into a butterfly, that you are going to grow as you go. Don't expect things to go boom, 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 like boom.
Yeah.
You can expect things to happen quickly if you allow it. But if you don't allow it, don't expect it to. That's what I meant to say. Do you know what I mean?
All of those speak so much to me because a lot has been happening business-wise, and yeah, I mean, I just have to. A lot's been happening. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I will say that.
And you've been talking about a growth spurt for a while.
Yeah.
You should just believe that you can do it and just fucking do it, Jaida. I had no idea how to do what I'm doing 3 weeks ago. And right now I've got a legit business that has completely changed everything for me. And it's going to allow me to do all these incredible things that I didn't know. Okay. I'm doing a group reading right now.
Okay. We have 1 minute left. So we have to.
Everybody out there, your collective read today. Oh, look at this beautiful pink tree in the middle of what is that, Jaida? What is that called?
It looks like a fountain, isn't it?
No, it's where you go through a maze.
Oh, I can't
like
see it.
struggling to get through a maze. You don't know where you're going.
A
Right?
labyrinth.
Labyrinth, yeah. Okay. So
Thank you.
boundaries. It's saying set your boundaries this week, guys. Set your boundaries. It's okay to choose you, boo. It's okay to choose you. Set your boundaries, know your worth, and don't let people walk on you. This is the week to keep in mind that be grateful within your gratitude and don't let people trample on your happiness. Don't let others do that. Choose you first. Put you first. We are out of time.
We're out of time. Thank you guys so much. I just want to say, Christine, thank you for inviting me into your space. I'm so proud of you. And it's been 3 years for you. So that's awesome. Congratulations. And thank you for our amazing listeners. Like, we've got such great people. And
You do.
I'm sending all of them virtual hugs and love and light and all of the things because they're great. And now you guys can call in. So please do so.
Our phones are going to be off the charts now.
I know, but I love it. But
me too. So thank you everybody for coming. I'm sweating balls now because I'm dancing in my seat. Have a wonderful week. We are coming back, same place, same time, same everything next week, except for new guest. And until then, let's keep this shit real. Woo!
Bye.
3.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.